people. He loves human beings. He loves being around people. You know, one of the things that can quickly make him age if there are no more people with him, because he wants to be he wants to be with people 24 hours of the day.
Wonderful. That's quite great. If you're watching us, please call us. The lines are displayed on the screen. Call us and share your thought with us on Comrade Adams Aliyu Oshiomhole. He's 70 years today, and we're celebrating him. Honorable, let us find something
let me start with a drink. Let me start with that veggie drink. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Call us and share your thought with us about Comrade Adams Aliyu Oshiomhole. Comrade, Honorable, you are Honorable Barrister.
Yes.
You served under Oshiomhole.
Yes.
But before then, he was in the NLC.
Yes.
And when he was in the labor union, we saw how NLC was vibrant and all of those.
Yes.
What will you say about Comrade Adams Oshiomhole when he was in the NLC?
Well, the fear of Comrade Adams Oshiomhole was the beginning of wisdom by Nigerian government, whether military or civilian, as an NLC president. Because he, like I said earlier on, he loved the people and he loved the workers. Because he started his life from a very humble background as a textile worker. And today, Oshiomhole has not forgotten where he started from. Yeah. So his love for the workers pushed him to fight for the rights of workers against Nigerian government. So when he sneezes, Nigerian government catches cold. Whether it was Babangida, whether it was Abacha, whether it was Obasanjo, because he was passionate about the worker. And as governor, he never joked with the welfare of workers. He was one governor when governors in this country were reluctant to pay 18,000 naira as minimum wage. He was already paying, I think, 25,000 naira as minimum wage. It is on record that every 25th day of the month, the Edo worker gets paid. They got promoted as I went due. They had training. He never joked with anything that had to do with the workers. And he believes in engaging the youths, because he will tell you that if the youths are made to work during the day, they will be tired at night to go for any untoward something. Yeah, because evil and untoward criminality occurs mainly at night. Yeah. So a man who is idle during the day will have the energy to go out at night and commit havoc. Yeah. But a man who has been positively engaged during the daytime will want to rest, because it's natural. The body will be in a state of rest whenever it is night. So Oshiomhole as an NLC president was a phenomenon. It can only be compared, and even with due respect to the memory of Michael Imodu, probably surpassed the achievement of Michael Imodu as NLC president in this country. You know, there was an Oshiomhole, when comment another. We all can testify that since he left the NLC has never been the same again. The NLC has never, it's like it's not the NLC that Oshiomhole was president that we have in the country today. It's like the NLC ended with Oshiomole's tenure. So he was a successful labor leader. And we are not surprised that he capitalized on his success as a labor leader. A lot of people watched him to contest for presidency at the time he came to run for Edo. Yes. Edo was like a small place for him. It was a small river. Oshiomhole is a whale. You know, he's a big fish, a whale. And you can't find whale in Ikpoba River. No, you can't find whale there. You have to go to the Lagos Lagoon and go to the oceans and before you can find whale. So it was to the benefit of Edo people and detriment of Nigerians that he decided to run as governor of Edo State. And his legacies, they are there, imprinted for life. Wow. You hate him, you love him, you cannot but appreciate his Red Roof Revolution in Edo State. You cannot but appreciate the opening up of the rural areas with roads. I went to Okpekpe for the first time as a university undergraduate when Pa Egbagbe, the father of Grace Egbagbe, died. Grace Egbagbe's junior brother, Charles Egbagbe, and I were classmates in the university. So when the father died, we had to travel to Okpekpe. Somewhere along the line, of course the road was not paved, was not tarred. Somewhere along the line, all the passengers in the vehicle will have to come down and join the driver to push the vehicle through the hill before we got to the village. You know, for the first time I was seeing people like Sienowe Brown, Jude Benamesa up here, because they all came, you know, Auntie Grace was director then, I think, in the NTA. That's my first time I was going to Okpekpe. But I challenge you to go to Okpekpe today. Now there's a marathon, an international marathon being run on that same road. And that applies to virtually all the rural areas across the length and breadth of Edo State, courtesy of Oshiomhole. And that's why people like us call him the apostle of development. Because his politics is all about development, human development, physical development of the community. So it can't be forgotten. He has implanted his name. And I want to thank you for taking this opportunity to celebrate him, like you said in your opening speech, while he's alive with us. We shouldn't wait for him to die. And then before his casket, we begin to pour communions on him. Let us pour these communions on him while he's alive. Let him hear it so that he will know that people appreciate. And it will act as a sport to other budding leaders, that when you do well while you are alive, your people will celebrate you. And if you do evil, we should not hesitate to castigate those who do evil while they are in positions of leadership in this country. I don't belong to the school of thought that don't speak ill of the dead. No. For me, I will speak ill of even when you are dead, when I know you were bad when you are alive. So let us not be hypocritical. When somebody who is manifestly bad in leadership dies, and then we share crocodile tears and begin to praise him, because in Africa it is said that we should not speak ill of the dead. For goodness sake, let us begin to speak ill of dead people if they were bad when they were alive. And when you are good, whether alive or dead, let us speak good of you. And that's what we are doing today, celebrating the iconic, the irrepressible, the one and only Adams Aliu Oshiomhole.
But it seems not everybody likes his courage. Not everybody likes his guts, as in his ability, his boldness. No, but not everybody likes his outspokenness. Why is the society?
It is normal. Okay. It's in every society. When you are bold, when you are courageous, when you are prepared to take on daunting tasks and responsibilities, if people will not like you. And let me make it clear. Leadership is not a popularity contest. Leadership is not Nigerian Idol, where people vote for you because you are popular. Leadership entails taking decisions that may seemingly not look nice to the people, but ultimately will be beneficial to the people. So a lot of people, they don't like his guts. You know, somebody said to him yesterday in my presence that, Oshiomhole, you are not diplomatic. Diplomacy is not part of the strength of Oshiomhole, because he will say it as it is. If you are a thief, he will call you a thief. If you are a godfather, he will call you a godfather. If you are ugly, he will tell you are ugly. He doesn't know how to be diplomatic about, and that is the way it is. Societies that grow, that develop, they need men with such courage, men with such resilience, men with such boldness, in order to catalyze their society to greatness. If societies are not built by sycophants, people just want to speak and then please the leadership. Oshiomhole believes in interrogating power. And when he was governor, people also interrogated him. And he welcomed it. He welcomed the people.
Under Oshiomhole, people protest here and there. Every day you see protests.
Under Oshiomhole, the opposition party, on a weekly basis, they were calling world press conference in their living room. World press conference with documents from government. They were never arrested. Nothing happened to them.
Honorable, he's grabbing.
Yes. They were, thank you very much. They were never arrested. They were allowed. Because that is the essence of governance. You must have dissenting voices. Some people must say no. They must disagree with what you are doing. It is your responsibility as a leader to convince those dissents to the good that you mean for the people.
And of course, Oshiomhole has this power of persuasion.
Of course, he's a born orator. Oshiomhole is gifted when it comes to oratory. Oshiomhole can literally talk a monkey to come down from the tree. The monkey will come down, the monkey will be killed, the monkey will be roasted, the monkey will be butchered, and the monkey will be cooking in a pot of soup before the monkey will realize that he has been brought down, because of his power of persuasion, because of his power of oratory, and power of interrogation. That's one of the things that some of us who work with him learned from him. Oshiomhole believes that no matter your qualification as a professional, if you are carefully and scrupulously interrogated, many professionals, they do falter. I have seen him taking engineers to the cleaners when you are talking a BEME, a bill of engineering measurements. I have seen him, the only professional I've never seen Oshiomhole argue with are medical doctors. For us lawyers, he will argue with you. There was a legal, an MBA organized conference in Edo State at this government Edo Hotel in the GROA. As Attorney General, I prepared a speech for the governor to read, and I had the privilege of driving with him in the car to the conference. While there, he was going through the speech. When he got to the conference, he jettisoned the speech and spoke extempore for like 2 hours. And at the end of the speech, A gathering of lawyers, including very many senior lawyers and senior advocates, stood up to applaud him. Because he will tell you, and if you know Oshiomhole, he's better speaking extempore than written prepared speech. And that's because he's very, very intelligent. He explained the most complex thing, even nuclear physics to him. In 1 hour, Oshiomhole will get the gist of it. So he's a man that is naturally blessed with intelligence, with the gift of oratory. And that's why we make jest of it that our leader doesn't know how to make short speeches. When Oshiomhole speaks for 2 hours, that's a short speech. And this speaking for 2 hours is extempore. No prepared speech. So the man is gifted. Oshiomhole is multidimensional. Multidimensional. You see him from different perspectives. He means different things to so many people. And like I gave you example last night, it's like the proverbial three blind people being asked to describe an elephant. They will describe the elephant from three different perspectives. Oshiomhole is like that. He's multidimensional, and he deserves our celebration. And we thank God for his life. We thank God for his good head. And it is our prayer that he will live very many more years to come, so that he will continue to be celebrated. Edo State has not had the good fortune of good leadership. That is the truth. We've not had the good fortune of good leadership. You can hardly mention not more than 3 from Bende State till now. Men who have carved their name in the sand of time in the governance of Edo State. Ogbemudia today is dead, but Ogbemudia can be idolized. I won't be surprised if in the near future somebody will do the image of Ogbemudia and put it at the front of his house in Iyeya. And then when anybody wants to contest the election in Edo, you go and pour libation because of what he did. You can also do that for Professor Ambrosali in Ekpoma. You go and pour libation, do the image of Professor Ambrosali, and put it in front of his house in Ekpoma. And when you want to contest, you go there, you pour libation. And of course, the image of Oshiomhole should be mounted in Iyamo. And we must all go there and pour libation. Because he distinguished himself as governor. He brought governance to the people. In fact, one of his slogans was, let the people lead. Let the people lead. He will tell you, I'm a steward. In this government house, I'm a steward. I am governor only because the people want me to. The people are my employers. He used to say that. And that was why he could walk on the street of Benin City. He could buy corn on the street and eat corn. He will buy pineapple and eat and do whatever. And up to today, he still has fanatical followership
on the streets
of Edo. All the streets of Edo. If Oshiomhole were to go to Ring Road now, Ring Road will close. If he enters a supermarket, Oshobaba, Oshokweg, Oshogworo, everywhere will close down. In fact, it's a security nightmare when he goes to Edo. Because our people are very appreciative. They are very appreciative of people who give in their best when they have the opportunity. And it's a lesson to the young ones, those who are struggling now to contest for offices, whether House of Assembly, Rep, or Senate. Please, when you get elected, be of service to the people. If you are a senator, like the popular Nigerian song, Senate am well. If you are a House of Rep member, House of Rep well. And if you are an Assembly member, please, for goodness sake, Assembly member well. And if you are governor, govern us well. If you are president, president well. These things are not rocket science. Other African countries are beginning to develop. Our country look like the only country that is making conscious effort not to develop. We are doing it on the rivers. And don't blame the federal government alone, because the federal government is not the only type of government that we have in the country. You have the states. You have the local government. And that's why I must take this opportunity to quickly congratulate the governor, new governor of Anambra State, Professor Soludo. His rhetoric so far gives hope for the average Nigerian that we have a future. We have a good future. His decision to wear only clothes made in Anambra. His decision to drive innocent motos. I don't see why any government official in this country should drive any other car other than innocent. And the governors, all the other governors in the southeast state, starting from them, they should hide their faces in shame. If by now they have not joined Governor Soludo to be driving innocent vehicles. And when the Southeast governors start driving it, they buy for their commissioners, they buy for their local government councils. Let the other governors from the other regions of the country. Because that's how we develop. The vehicles are manufactured there. or they are assembled there, howsoever they are. People are working in those factories. Yeah. And with more patronage, when there's more demand, the supply will go up, and they keep perfecting the cars from one edition to the other.
Yeah. You quite explain a lot of things about. Let's grow up. If you're there watching us, please call us and tell us what you think about Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. Celebrating Adams Oshiomhole at 70. We've said we need to celebrate him while alive. And Honorable has said that he forgives easily.
Yeah.
If he forgives easily,
yes,
he forgives his enemy.
Very well.
And he trusts people easily.
Yes.
I mean, how does that affect his followers?
Well, some of us, his followers, are not happy when he forgives rebels. Because once he forgives, he does not only forgive, he wants to show you that he has forgiven you. He will bring you closer to himself than before. And in the process of doing that, he neglects those whose loyalty have always been there. And I have had the opportunity of telling him this. But it's his nature. He cannot change. A leopard cannot change his spot. You don't expect a man at 70, 3 scores and 10 to begin to change. So we as political children, we just have to accept that that's the man he is. Some of these traducers today, when they come back tomorrow, oh, he will be closer to them than those of us who have remained there. He will be closer. That's just the way the man is. And that's why, as I said earlier on, that's why the man is looking 45 when he's celebrating his 70. Because he bears no grudges. He doesn't go to bed with any anger. And that's why he's looking young and looking very fit. So it's not a vice, but actually a virtue. Even though who taught him how to sing. So when you work with a man, it rubs off on you. And when we were about to leave government, I told Oshiomhole, I said, he needs to give a diploma, a certificate to all those of us who work with him. Because working with him was like going through an education, going through university. Because the man is tireless. The man is a slave driver. He's never tired, and he's a perfectionist. You write a speech for him, he will use red barrel to correct first draft, correct second draft, correct third draft, correct fourth draft. It can be frustrating, but he wants it to be perfect. And I gave the example, you will be with him till 1 a.m. in the office or in the house as governor. And then he will tell you, okay, you want to go and sleep, meet me at 8 a.m. in the office tomorrow morning. And for me, when I newly got into the system, I'll say, oh, this old man, how can he tell me to meet him by 8 o'clock? He will not be there. And I'll be coming in by 9 a.m. and the man is already seated by 8 a.m. He's a workaholic. Oshiomhole can't stay without working. He can't stay still. He just can't stay still. he likes to keep moving and moving and moving and moving. He will inspect projects during the day, which we don't have now. He will inspect projects at night. There are times that we call 10 p.m. Henry, where are you? Come. And then we'll drive. He will be driving himself at night. He wants to see whether the street lights are working. And when he gets to a street, just one bulb is not working. My friend, the Honorable Minister Clemagba, was in charge of then environment. He will call Clem, one bulb, just one bulb. He's not working. Just one bulb. Clem said, look, but this thing worked yesterday. I have people patrolling this. He will say, look, I'm not talking of yesterday. I'm talking of now. And I'm there. One bulb is not working. Clem will say, okay, I'll send my people. They go and replace the bulb. So he was on top of the governance issue in Edo. When he goes to inspect projects in the daytime, they are doing pavement, they are doing road, he will measure. In fact, there was a day where we were having a program in this Abuja, and one of these Nigerian comedians, he joked about it, that Oshiomhole went to a construction site, and he asked them, how many cement did you people miss? They said maybe like 20 bags. 10 wheelbarrow, 10 sand. He asked them, is it Dangote or Boasime? They said Dangote. And the comedian went toss that he stuck his finger, he just finger into the cement and tasted it and said, oh, this is Dangote cement. But if we actually go to construction site and measure with ruler, because we tell him, oh, the concrete is 9 inches thick, the man will go there and bring a ruler and we measure. If it's not 9 inches, oh, my friend, this is not 9 inches. So he had a passion for governance. He had a passion for the people. For him, governance in Edo State was a 24-hour business. So don't tell him that you have closed or this is not working. There was no working hour. I remember the day that he invited me to his office by 7 p.m. I left my office around 6 p.m. I had not gotten home to change my suit. And when I got to his office by 7 p.m., he said, you have not gone home? I said, no. And I stayed till 3 a.m.
Wow. So let's put this call. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Am I on to my show?
Yes. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Engineer Erica. I'm calling from Benin.
Oh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, your contribution.
Yes, I want to join the host of heavens, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the notable sons and daughters of Edo to wish our comrades, the only governor we have known in Edo State, to wish him a happy birthday. You know, at some point, many persons thought he has fallen, but in the eyes of men, when a man falls, it's not the same thing before God. It is very obvious that before God, Oshiomhole is still very, 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 very relevant. We want to wish him many more years, long life, good health, strong bones, so that in Nigeria he desires, he will witness it and be a part of it. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so very much. Thank you. That is Eddie Eweka from Benin. It's Grobin celebrating Oshiomhole at 17. Oshiomhole is good at eating. Is very choosy when it comes to eating.
Yeah.
I think we need to also learn that apart from drinking the green tea.
He's a consummate eater. He adjusts his food. Yeah. When he's eating, you know he's eating.
It takes his time.
You know, he takes his time to eat, and then he enjoys his food. He will take his breakfast around 11, 12, after hours on the treadmill. And all the various. There was a time about 2 years ago, I think it was during COVID, when his exercise video was leaked and it went viral in the country.
Yes.
People couldn't believe that he could do all those exercises. But those of us who have seen him exercise, it's like working with him to inspect project. You can never catch up with his pace.
Yeah.
Because he's very fast. Because he is very, very fit and athletic. He's fanatical about his exercise, fanatical about his food, fanatical about his tea, and I dare say fanatical about his coconut and almond nuts.
If you are watching us, please call us and share your thoughts with us on Comrade Adams Oshiomhole at 70. The last point we will discuss on this show before we go is Oshiomhole at the national level. Oshiomhole as chairman of APC. What do you think were those his achievements when he was national chairman?
Let me say that he stayed as the national chairman for as long as 2 years was a miracle. Because of his boldness, because of his courage, because of his outspokenness, because of his resilience.
Yeah.
People like him are not in the Nigerian context, don't survive national politics for too long, especially at that level of national chairman. The governors want docile, old, people who are quiet, people they can manipulate. And you know nobody can manipulate Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. So that he stayed for that long, as far as I'm concerned, was a miracle. Because we are not yet ready for vibrant politics, for people to be telling the truth. Now, in terms of achievement, he gave new verve. He brought a breath of fresh air
To the party.
to the party. And since he left, the party has been sick. In fact, the party literally was dying until this convention of last week. Because it was from one controversy to another controversy since he left. It is on record that during his time as national chairman, the National Working Committee and the National Executive, they have never had it so good. And I've had the privilege of being a member of the National Executive of a major political party in this country. They have never had it so good. Oshiomhole is the first national chairman of a national party in Nigeria that will give candidates of the party money to contest elections. Once you become a candidate of the APC under Oshiomhole to the Senate, he gave money. I don't want to mention the figure, I know it, but he gave money in the millions. He gave money in the millions to members of the House of Rep. He gave money in the millions to the governors. Before him, political party national office collect money only from members and from candidates. They never give. And when he left office, he only left as much as 13 billion.
Yes, I understand he left money.
He left money in the office.
As national chairman.
Yes. Because those of us who knew him in Edo State, there's a way I used to describe him in Edo State. When it comes to personal generosity, Oshiomhole can be generous to a fault. But when it comes to spending government money, Oshiomhole will put 1 naira in his fist and cover the fist like this. If you want to pry open the fist to get that government 1 naira, you will need hammer to break his hand. All the fingers will be broken, all the phalanges will break away. He will not release that 1 naira. Because he will tell you, we have to stretch this 1 naira to the maximum extent it can go and to get maximum benefit for the people of Edo State. He doesn't joke with it. And he brought the same thing to the national, and that's one of the reasons why people are not comfortable with him. Because that 13 billion, he ought to bring it out like other parties will do, like chairman before him, take a good chunk for himself, give some to the NW. All those NWC members, they were used in fighting him. It was one of the reasons was because of this money that he was saving for the party. He wanted the party. How can a national political party, we have been in power for the past 7 years, we do not have our own building in the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? He wanted to do that. So he brought a breath of fresh air. The shoes he left as Edo governor, of course, you know it is too big for subsequent governors to come. The same thing applies to the shoes he left at the APC national office. If you still meet the worker, the average APC worker there now, they still tell you, oh, we miss Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. We wish he was still the national chairman of the party. Because he is like a man with the Midas touch. Anywhere he goes, he turns it into gold. He has a dominating presence. Both physically and in terms of his ideas. In terms of his voice will be heard wherever he is. Because he has ideas. He's a man with ideas. In fact, he's a philosopher king. He's a philosopher king. And he will tell us those days in Edo, please do not lament. Don't tell me about what happened in the past. That it's always been done that way. Don't lament about the past. Let's focus on the now and the future. And that's always been his philosophy. Because Nigerians, we like to lament when Obasanjo was there, when Abacha was. That is past. We can't rewind our national life to when Obasanjo was there, when Abacha was there. They've done their bit, they have moved on. Let us, whoever is there now, do your bit and let Nigerians remember you for good. Nigerians are very easy to satisfy when it comes to governance. This is the only country in the world you build a road and then you celebrate to come and open the road. You and I, we met in the UK. Did you ever see the Prime Minister commissioning a road? Because it is the job of the Prime Minister.
Yes, to do.
So I've never heard that an American governor, American president commissions a road. Why? We all really commission. That's what you were elected to do. So you are just doing your job. And nobody thanks you for doing your job because that's what you applied for.
Yes.
And if you don't do it well, at the next round of election cycle, you are voted out of office. Simple. So Nigerians, we can Some people feel that you have to be grateful to a governor for building your road, grateful to governor for putting street lights. For goodness sake, what did you apply for when you were contested to become governor? Some people will even take out newspaper advert to congratulate the governor for tarring so and so road. You know, so I think we must develop beyond that level. They may have been valid for some years past, but for now and in the future, well, governor tarred this road, and that brings me back to Governor Soludo. It was speculated, and I think he confirmed it, that the sum of 600 million, which is 0.6 billion, was budgeted for his handing over ceremony. And the man said, please, don't spend that kind of money to hand over to me. Don't do more than 20 million. Yes, more than 20 million. They served the Igbo local delicacies during his handing over. Ugba, Okpa, and all those Igbo delicacies. And palm wine. I just pray for that governor to continue on this his current trajectory. If he does, it would be a model state. Other governors will be going to Anambra to take tutorial on what. And I think Soludo has stayed long. Soludo is one of the Obasanjo boys. He has stayed long in the system. He has studied it, and I'm very confident that he will succeed. And I'm praying for him to succeed, so other governors can go there and learn. And maybe one day people like him can be catapulted to the presidency of Nigeria. Because I tell people, if we have a vibrant president for just 2 terms of 8 years, we can begin to change the Nigerian story. We don't need more than that. And then he's succeeded by another president who continues on the same line. In 16 years, Ghanaians will come back and be applying for asylum again in Nigeria. Of course, the other African countries will be coming. And all Nigerians who are in the diaspora, they will all come back home. Because they will have no business living there. Because there's no place like home. And this place, we've got all it takes. God has endowed. And that's why I don't agree with people who go to churches and go to mosques to pray for Nigeria. I believe God will not listen to such prayers. Because he has already done everything that he needed to do for Nigeria as a country. It's just for us to manage it. So for me, every prayer Nigerian prays to God is a disturbance to God.
It is.
And God is like, you guys are, you ain't serious, man. I gave you, and he doesn't want to listen. So when people, imams say, let us pray, pastor, let us pray, let us fast for Nigeria, for me they are wasting time. I go hiking in Abuja, we go to the mountain top, and I see people, they are praying. They want to go to the mountain because they want to move closer to God to pray. And I think these guys are just idle and lazy people. This time by 7 a.m., me, I'm climbing mountain to be physically fit. You are praying here, you should be walking. Or climb the mountain to be physically fit and walk thereafter. So let us stop disturbing God with our prayers. Let us start doing the talk. Let us start doing what is right. Every citizen, whether in government or in out of government, let us start doing what is right in this country. If we do it, our country will be a better place. And we will stop disturbing God. And maybe then, God will start listening to our prayers. When he sees that we are making an attempt to develop ourselves, he will start listening to our prayers.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Honorable Barrister Eri Idagmo. Well, as we are grubbing, we're still grubbing. If you have anything to say, call us. The lines are there. On the last note, we'll be asking Honorable, what are your last words for Comrade Adams Oshiomhole?
Well, I'm happy since he left office, he's been on the quiet side.
Yeah.
Which is no mean achievement, if you know him. And I wish that he will remain quiet for some time. Let him. This is the first time he's having an extended rest period, leave. He's happy to be around his children, his grandchildren. He's contemplative. He's doing his memoir, which we're all eagerly waiting for. We want to see how a young poor boy from Iyamo journeyed to Kaduna, slept in the police station, met with Agwai people, became a tester worker, went to Oxford to study economics and labor relations, and then became
Oxford?
I think it was Oxford. Oxford, yes. Then came back, became labor secretary, became labor president, governor, and the national chairman of a political party. We are all eager because his memoir will be inspirational. It will tell the average child in the village today that if Adams Oshiomhole can make it, they can also make it. That's why leaders are encouraged to write memoirs, to encourage people who will be in their situation when they were young. I believe this country needs Adams Oshiomhole. as we approach 2023, if we are a country that is serious about development, if we are a country that looks at people's antecedents, I expect by now the residents of Oshiomhole, both in Iyamo, his village, and in Abuja, should be a mecca of people going to him to invite him to run for the president of this country. We need a character like him to help manage this economy, to help steer the ship of state, to help deal with insurgency. With Oshiomhole as president, there will be no insurgents. Because it will be stick and carrot. The carrot is, gentlemen, please stop this thing. Come, let us work together. The stick is, you don't stop, then the bullets will rain. It will literally rain on them. And we make the forest and Sambisa and all those places they are in Kaduna so uncomfortable for them that they will abandon their terrorism. So we need him. I'm happy when the president came to commission our 5-star 200-seater central hospital in Benin. On the eve of his departure as governor, he said, look, you still have a love to give to this country. You have done your best at the state level. You have to come to the national. And the president brought him to the national as national chairman of the party. I am saying that even post his national chairmanship, he still has more. Now he's older. He's like an old wine. The older, the better. He's 70 now, 3 scores and 10. He has crossed the biblical 3 scores and 10. So he's wiser now. He's more contemplative. And remains an asset to this nation. So there are different dimensions it can be used. And some of us are very confident that he will be a major player in the politics of 2023. He has so many things going for him that not every politician has. How many politicians 70 years old today can do that skelewu dance that he does during campaign? How many? Nobody. Yesterday we dance and get to the ground and stand up. We younger ones can't go. If we go ground, we can't stand up again. We will remain on the ground. How many can jump the way he jumps?
At 70.
Yeah, at 70. How many? How many has his power of oratory? How many?
And articulation.
And articulation. And logic. And he speaks several languages.
Yes.
He can find his way through Yoruba. Of course, he's fluent in Hausa language. He's master of the Pidgin English, which is the Nigerian English. The English for the common people.
Yes. And his own dialect.
Of course. I saw the video the other day when he was dancing to his Iyamo music that was praising his mother, you know. So he still has a lot to give. Nigeria has not seen the last of Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. They should watch out for him. A new chapter is about to open by the grace of God.
Amen.
Inshallah.
Amen. Thank you so very much, guys. We sincerely appreciate all of you who join us on this show. Like we told you, it's Grubbing with John Mayaki celebrating Oshiomhole at 70. Thank you, Barrister Henry Idabon, for making yourself available for this very wonderful period in the life of our leader, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole. We appreciate all of you. Until we come your way again, see you next time. Bye for now.